Perfect, thank you very much for joining me. Yes, my name is Sean and you're watching MLS Does Ireland. No, that's MLS Does MLS Ireland Does Predictions. Week 22. Stay tuned. Perfect, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. Yes, my name is Sean, and yes, this is week 22. And there was an all-star kind of game on last night where the MLS team beat the Mexican All-Stars on penalties. Congratulations to them. I didn't watch the game because it was on very late at night, and I was in bed. It's in a better place, basically. So, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. I think I dropped 2 subscribers since the last one. I was at 222 and now I'm at 220. But anyway, this shit happens. So, saying that, I may as well kick on into the predictions, ridiculous predictions, as I was going to say. So I might as well carry on. For the first one is Columbus Crew, who I was just checking their form actually hasn't been that great, and they're coming up against a Cincinnati team whose form hasn't been all that great. So saying that, like, I think it was in the last 6 games, Columbus Crew have not won a game, which is pretty bleak for a team of their stature. And now they're coming up against a new Cincinnati team who haven't won a game either in the last 6. Like, Columbus Crew lost all theirs basically, whereas Cincinnati lost 2 maybe out of the last 6. So coming into this game, 2 teams are not really on the best form at home in the last 4. Crew lost the last 3 out of 4, whereas Cincinnati lost 1, then drew 1, then they lost the 2 then after that. So coming into this one, it is going to be a stickier one. I know all these games are the MLS rivalry weekend thing, all that kind of jazz. So saying that, I do think it's going to be a good game. I went for like a 1-all. Columbus Crew have the capabilities of winning this game, but I just don't think they have it in them really to win this game, so I just went for a 1-all. I think Cincinnati have a good chance of getting a good result in this one, so yeah, I'm going to go for a 1-all. These 2 teams are doing not great at the moment, so that is that one. The next one is the Eastern Canadian Derby. It's Montreal against Toronto. This again, Toronto in the last away from home in the last 4, they only won the 1 game and then lost the last 3 then basically, and they're coming up against the Montreal team who are probably in a better form, and they've won 3 out of their 4 at home. So saying that, it is going to be an interesting game. Toronto are a tricky team to kind of predict, even though that they are quite bottom of everything basically at the moment. They're basically bottom, and they're coming against the Montreal team who are doing pretty in 10th. Now, when I looked at the predictions, I know Toronto are a very good team. They are capable of beating teams on their day. So I kind of thought, well, this could be a Toronto win. Like, Toronto have the capabilities of winning, and this is kind of a game where they're going to kind of be up for it. That's where I thought Toronto might win this, but the more now I think about it, I think Montreal could probably nick this one. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Montreal. Even though in my brain thinks Toronto's probably going to win this one, I'm still going to go for a Montreal one. So I'm going to go for like a 2-1 win on that one. The next one is the Florida Derby, which is Orlando against Inter Miami. Orlando probably coming into this better shape, better form. Players starting to pick up, even though Inters are doing quite well. They're actually in their last 8 of all home and away. They've actually won 4, which is pretty impressive. They haven't, in the last 4 away from home, they really haven't won any, whereas Orlando really have. So I think Orlando probably have the capabilities of winning this one, so I went for like a 2-1 win, just for the fact that they have Nani, they have a better squad. Inter Miami may pick themselves up for this one, but I think Orlando are the probably better team and are at home. So yeah, I'm going to go for like a 2-1 win on that one. The next one is Atlanta against Nashville. Now this is one is like, I don't know, what can you say, a south? I don't think really Nashville's in the south. A south derby, as Atlanta against Nashville. Now, Atlanta in the last 4 games, they've lost 2 and then they won 2. So their last 2 home games they've actually won, which is quite impressive. And altogether, they've won their last 4 home and away. which was against DC United, Toronto, LAFC, and Columbus Crew. Saying that DC United was a good win. I thought DC United last week would probably win that game, but I was incorrect. So, and Nashville now, where they are in the league, they're 7th. They actually haven't won a away game this season, which was quite an impressive result. I think they drew nearly every single one of them and lost one or two. So, saying that, I kind of go for like a 1-1 draw. I think Nashville have the capabilities of getting a result in this one. I don't think they will lose this one. They're probably a better defensive team. Whereas Atlanta are solely relying on Joseph Martinez. I think they're going to let him get a goal, but they're going to suss him out and they're going to get a goal near the end. So that's my 1-0 prediction on that one. The next one is New York Red Bulls against Chicago Fire. Now, Chicago Fire now are starting to not irritate me, but they started off doing okay, and then they started off doing pretty badly as Chicago Fire do. Then I kind of went, okay, Chicago Fire is going to lose this next game, and then they won. And that was all right. And that was against New York Red Bulls. They already beat them 2-1 already this season. That was a bit of started them off. So, and then when I think, okay, now they're starting to get back into it, and then they lose. So, like Inter Miami, do you think they would have beaten Inter Miami, but they got beat by them 3-2. So they are going to be away from home, and they're coming up against the New York Red Bulls team, who are better. They're better at home. So I went for a 1-0 win. I think Red Bulls probably are capable of winning this one, probably by more. But I think Chicago Fire aren't really. Red Bulls are not really scoring many goals at home, nor is Chicago Fire scoring or conceding many away from home. So I'm going to go for that. The next one is LAFC against LA Galaxy. One game, the El Tráfico, in a while now I'll get to watch at a proper time. So I'm looking forward to this one, even though it's on exact same time as another very good game. But anyway, I'll get to that next. Sorry. The next one, so LA Galaxy probably coming into this one, whereas LAFC, who are doing quite badly, they lost their last home game. Who was that against? Yeah, their last home game was against Sporting Kansas City. Then they've lost 3 on the trot away from home. So coming into this one, in the last 6, LAFC haven't really won a game home and away. Whereas LA Galaxy lost their last 2 home and away games. Well, that was their last 2 home games, and that was against Colorado and San Jose Earthquakes, which was pretty weird. But I think LA Galaxy should probably get with this one. I'm going to go for like a 2-1 win to LA Galaxy. Just for the occasion. I don't think LAFC are in any shape or form going to compete for anything this season, so I don't see them really giving a damn at this moment in time. So yeah, I'm for like a 2-1 win to LA Galaxy. Sorry, LAFC. The next one is now New York City against New York City FC. Sorry, against New England Revolution. So it's a northeastern derby. I'm going to go for that. There are more northeastern than New York Red Bulls, who are in Jersey, South Jersey, New Jersey, Jersey City. Yeah, I got that right. So yeah, this one's going to be an interesting one. These two teams in the last 4 each are in the best form. New York Red Bulls, New York FC, sorry, won their last 4 at home, whereas New England Revolution won their last 4 away from home. So this one was a bit of a tricky one. I just went for a 2-2 draw, just for the fact is it was pretty hard to probably put these ones down as who can win. I know overall New York City have the better form at home, whereas New England don't away from home. They're just probably slightly less. These two teams are scoring quite a lot of goals home and away. So yeah, I went for like a 2-2 draw on that one. The next one is a lower East Coast derby, which is DC United against Philadelphia. Now, last year I would have said Philadelphia would have lost this one, and Philadelphia would have quite easily walked all over them. Philadelphia are 8th in the league, which isn't all that great, and DC United are 13th. They kind of dropped down the last while. As I said, they got beat by Atlanta, and then they got beat by New England and Nashville away from home. And this is going to be their second. Well, they got beaten by Atlanta away from home, at home, sorry. And now they're playing Philadelphia. I do think DC United could probably get the result in this one. I went for like a 2-1 win. I think DC United have the capabilities to beat these. Like last season, I wouldn't have said this at all. I would have said Philadelphia easy win at home, basically. Away from home. Even again, DC United were not that great last season, so they're actually doing pretty well this season. And I go for like a 2-1 win. The next one is they don't know who to pair them off with, derby. So I'm going to go for a Houston Dynamo Minnesota game. So I think Minnesota away from home in Houston, who are second to bottom. Houston are not doing all that great, whereas Minnesota are 11th. Now coming into this game, these two teams in the last 4, Minnesota haven't won a game away from home, whereas Houston haven't won a game in the last 4 at home. So this is going to be a good game, some sort of way. I think Minnesota could probably get this one 1-0. Just for the fact is, I'm not digging Houston at this moment. They're just not. They don't seem all that well, and not seem to be ticking or anything like that. They just don't seem to be a well settled unit, and so yeah, 1-0 to Minnesota. The next one is Sporting Kansas City against Colorado Rapids. Now this is actually going to be an interesting game, whereas home and away, they've kind of won the same amount of games, whereas probably Sporting Kansas City have drew more, whereas Colorado have probably lost. So coming into this one, Sporting Kansas City will probably have the better points ratio. So saying that, I think Sporting Kansas City should win this one 2-1. They're third in the league for a reason. I know Colorado are just right behind them in fourth, but they are still the better team, and they're at home with their fans, so I'm going to go for like a 2-1 win in that one. The next one is a Texas Derby. This one is probably going to be an interesting one. I think Austin have the capabilities of winning this game. I know FC Dallas are a surprising team. They're 21st. They're only a couple of two or three places above them. As for the form sheets, Austin are probably coming into this one scattered record. I think home and away, these two teams really haven't done all that great. I think Austin have won more games at home compared to FC Dallas. Jesus Christ. So I'm going to go for just a 1-1 draw. I don't see this game being all frantic and hectic and as a rivalry should be. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. It's just going to be a game that I may not get to see because it's going to be at 1 o'clock in the morning. The next one is Vancouver against Real Salt Lake. We have nobody to pair them against, so it's another dead rubber derby. I did predict Vancouver to beat LAFC last week, which I kind of got correct, and I'm quite proud of myself on that one. Now they're coming up against Real Salt Lake, who are quite a bit of distance above them in the league, but this is probably going to be an interesting one. Vancouver are a better team at home. They are scoring a lot of goals. Real Salt Lake there's a lot of goals in the Real Salt Lake games when they're away from home, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Vancouver. I think that game probably gave them a wee bit of a boost, beating LAFC, and then they won the game before that as well. That was against Austin. So they're coming up against in this game, probably going to be better form, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 win in that one. And then the last one is the Cascadia against Reverie. Is Seattle Sounders against Portland Timbers. Now, the last time these two met, it ended, I believe, Seattle destroyed them 6-2. And they've played each other already in the season 2, where Seattle already played them away from home again as well, and that was a 2-1 win. So coming into this, Seattle should win this one 3-1. I know I have a Seattle top downstairs, and I probably should have been wearing that. So if anybody's watching this, he's probably all thinking, "Ooh, actually, he's going to predict Portland to win this game." And no, I think Seattle Sounders are a wee bit too strong for them. So, yep. That is my predictions. Hope you enjoyed them. If you're new to this, as I said, hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment, and all kind of stuff. And hope to see you on the next one. So, bye now.